So, and now from being the world's 6th largest exporter of coffee and growing back then the coffee of popes and kings, today we don't have any coffee. Well, we have our coffee. So, but anyway, so what coffee was it that made Puerto Rico famous at that time? It was the coffee of popes and kings. It was a coffee that today is called típica. You look so much like a neighbor of ours. You.
Me?
Yes. Oh my God. Very, very interesting.
Wait, who? You got a distant cousin?
Maybe.
Could be. June Negron. He's the neighbor back here. Great farmer. Anyway, so. That's a varietal that came to the New World in 1720, thereabouts. And then from one tree that survived the trip from France to here, it populated all of the New World. Wow, amazing, right? Very good, except for genetics. Very few variations, so some disease will destroy the whole thing. Well, nowadays, of course, they have brought in Bourbon, all kinds of other varieties.
That we used to use it as fuel for our coffee drying. Imagine how many millions and billions and gazillions, when I say gazillions, I'm not, you know, after the years, 10, 20 years of us using this, how many of this could fill also one of these burlap bags over there completely to the top? So all this that you see over here was completely populated by trees that look just like this over here. So this would be the fields that you go and pick your coffee with a little basket. You would go and zigzag. There's a coffee tree missing here. There's a coffee tree missing here. Oh yes, by the way, we do not have coffee fields. We have coffee fields. So you go and take your basket over here and you pick only the ripe ones. After that you turn around, you pick this one over here. Then you go down to with your basket and you pick over here. Then you go to the next one and pick over here. Then you go to the next one and pick your coffee. And then you go to the next one. See how easy that is?
Yeah.
So, as you see how much coffee is there, how much coffee is, look how lush and green this whole area looks over here compared to what you saw over there. See the coffee over here? Plant. Look at it.
Oh, yeah.
You see this?
Why?
Because it reacts like that. And if you find one around here, you can play around with them. And don't worry, they'll come back. They're not dead. So all the coffee falls from that big funnel we were up there. From there falls to this machine over here, which is you can see a chute and a metal part that delivers it right here. And then here, all the coffee gets separated from the peel. The peel falls down here. This auger pushes it back here to a wheelbarrow. And then we take it to the corner over there. As you see this over here, this is a natural processed coffee. Which, because it's pulling it, you don't get the hint of wine or cognac. But this normally has a very good, nice, fruity taste. This is the natural process. This is going at 400 degrees Fahrenheit all the time until we dump it in here. From here it goes down in there, and there it gets starts to roast. So in the minute 11, 12, and 13, it's going to react like your cereals. Crack, snap, and pop. Yes, it does that also. And it's letting you know from now on we are a drinkable coffee, because before that it's not drinkable. And it's the first coffee profile or color. It's called, in Europe it's called blonde, which is trying to make white coffee now, which I have not tasted, but I don't think it's going to taste that good. Then comes, and the same is first crack or blonde. Then comes light city roast, which is the coffee that we have here, city, and then comes city plus, then comes medium dark, then comes second crack. Second crack is letting you know from now on we're going to the dark side. Yes, like using filters and not using filters. French presses use no paper filter. The pour over and the other ones use paper filters. That holds back some oils, which would give a hint of something, or will give you something more than the other ones that have the filtered paper. It holds it back. The metal filters that go some oils and which give you that flavor. So what we use here is the pour over, and this is the profile of our coffee. It looks like a science experiment. It looks like it's very complicated. It seems like it takes a lot of time, but it doesn't. You should have your coffee done. It should not be taking you more than 5 minutes. Now, there's 4 things that it's in this set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why that? This is the most simple way that you can do your pour over. You could do it in a cup, you could do it in a vase, you could do it in a thermos, you could do it in whatever, but have these filters, and this is the one. So this here is the hole that you should have for your pour over. You cannot use the one for your drip, which has 3 little holes there. If not, because of the paper filter that is supposed to go in like that, will not work out, okay? Now this over here, 1 is a filter holder, 2 is the carafe, which is done for that, which 1 little dot and 2 little dots, 350 grams and 700 grams, okay? Grams, remember. What I just did is I just washed the filter of any paper taste that will probably left there from the company who did it. You don't want to have paper taste in it, and you can sometimes smell it when you do it. And it's the only time which you use boiling water for this over here or French press. Now, 50 grams of coffee for 700 grams of water, or coffee grounds and then water, okay? And of course, that's not very nice smell, right? As you see, it's flat. And most likely, if it does not fail me, you're going to have a reaction that's going to tell you when you have fresh coffee. The first thing I'm going to do, this is a scale, by the way, and a timer. Why? Because you're supposed to be done doing this kind of coffee at no longer than 4 minutes. 3.5 minutes or 4 minutes, you should be done. After that, you all know what tannins are, right? Wine, tannins, good with wine, but not good in coffee. After 4 minutes, the chemical reaction that has been occurring there is going to start release tannins, and you don't want that in your coffee. So don't pass 4 minutes. If you run out of time and you have still coffee here, go to the side, sacrifice whatever's dropping still there, and you're not going to get tannins in there, okay? I'm going to pour 50 grams of water for 50 seconds. Why? Like when you're doing your dough for your pizza, for your hot pockets or something like that, you have to let the combination, the chemical reaction with the hot water and the CO2 start to react. You can see here a little bit, a slight bloom. The bloom of the coffee, which is the coffee makers. You can see a little thing. Remember, it was flat. Now it has a little thing over here. That's a bloom. Okay, and that's a telltale sign you have fresh coffee. After 50 seconds, I'll continue to do my extraction.
So
now
it's giving off CO2?
Yes, right now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and this over here, you know the crema and espresso, anybody? You know what the crema and espresso is? The first little bubbles that come out when you do the espresso? You can see it over here. That's also CO2 being pulled out with the hot water, the reaction that's happening. See that? The color like crema, cream. And the CO2 being expelled out. I have no air in here. It's just all that CO2 is coming out with the reaction of the water, hot water, bringing all that aroma, all that flavor out. Now, I'm trying to reach that it has the double dots over here with 700 grams before 4 minutes. So I'll continue to do this over here. Why is it that French press, espresso, and pour over are the most used on the hands-on? Hands-on meaning you have to do the coffee. You don't just press the coffee machine, leave, and come back later on. Because of the evenness of extractions. As you see, all that coffee is receiving water all the time, meaning all that coffee, by gravity of the water, is going to be flushed down and bringing you all those flavors. And French press, your plunger pushes down, it touches the ground and filters the coffee through the filter. Espresso, of course, it gets 9 bars of pressure coming out with bringing all those flavors, okay? Any questions so far? 13:1. And between 13:1 and 12:1 is what I have over here, the ratio of coffee to water. If you want to do a cup, measure how much the cup is in grams, and then you know how much coffee you need to do it to what we're doing today, 13:1, okay?
Like, how was it, Gabby? How was it?
So, I'm sorry about that.
Take yours and watch your wrapper.
Just kidding, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
So anybody, did I miss anybody? No? Same thing, but
How is that?
ground.
Good, but it tastes different.
Okay. Text me that and I'll send you a couple of options.
What do you think? No? Okay. Go ahead.
I will go.
Okay, it was just a different kind.
Maybe you'll like this one.
Oh, he's in
I can assume. A lot of times they go, oh no,
Oh yeah, and then
tagged along. So how did you like this? And is any difference in this coffee? Not putting chocolate in between?
It's sweeter.
How is it?
How is it so disgusting?
Anything else? Cool. Oil, consume it, and as you ate
How
that
is it?
chocolate, the turmeric like that, it'll be passed to where it needs it.
Is it good?
Black pepper, it helps you burn the
Good.
It's good.
the turmeric in your
Thank you.
system. Better for better absorption. Okay, Puerto Ricans, and you guys know about do you guys know what adobo is?
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans have been eating turmeric all their lives because in adobo, turmeric is present. A lot of people don't know about that. Curcuma. Okay.